Hello, my geniuses. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Okay, guys, today it's going to be story time. So, I am going to read you a book, Shark Attack. Yes, Shark Attack. It may be a little bit scary, but it's all about the ocean, okay? So, I know you will enjoy it, all right? So let me begin for you. And this is Shark Attack by Kathy East Dabowski. All right. Are you ready to listen intensely for me? At the end of my lesson, I will be asking you some comprehension questions. So you will have to copy these in your journals and answer them for me. Okay, my geniuses? Okay, let us begin. Shark attack! Rodney Fox had almost run out of time. He needed to find a big fish, and he needed to find it soon. The young Australian was competing in an annual spearfishing championship. To win, he had to find and catch a big local fish. Rodney had won the contest last year, and he wanted to win again. But today something would happen, something that would change his life forever. Like all the other competitors in the contest, Rodney wore a line fixed to his dive belt to hold the fish he had caught. He and the other divers had been diving for several hours. They had caught a lot of fish, and the water smelled of blood. About half a mile, 1 kilometer offshore, Rodney spotted a huge morwong, just the fish he needed to win. Carefully, he aimed his spear gun at the fish. Crash! Something slammed hard into Rodney's side. He felt as if he had been hit by an express train. So guys, look at this, and that's page 5. All right, let's see what's going to happen. This is scary. Ooh. It was a great white shark. The force of the impact knocked the mask off his face and the spear gun from his hand. His left shoulder disappeared down the creature's throat. Then the shark bit down on Rodney's chest and back. Rodney struggled to get free. He hit the shark with his fist, but the shark held tight and shook him back and forth. Then Rodney remembered the weakest spot on a shark's body, its eyes. With all his strength, he rammed his right fist straight into the shark's eye. Incredibly, the shark let go. Bleeding and running out of air, Rodney struggled towards the surface. Could he make it to safety before the great white shark ate him alive? All right, so here's Rodney, guys, with the shark bit into him. Let's see what's going to happen now. Rodney reached the surface and gasped for air. He'd made it, but then he looked down. The shark was racing straight for him. Its huge jaws, lined with razor-sharp teeth, were wide open. Snap! The shark's jaws slammed shut again, but this time the shark swallowed the fish attached to Rodney's dive belt. Suddenly, Rodney felt himself being pulled through the water. He was still attached to the line. The shark began to drag him down into deep water. He struggled to undo his dive belt, but the buckle had slipped around his back. He couldn't reach it. Time was running out. If the shark didn't eat him, Rodney would drown. Guys, look at the picture. Suddenly, the line snapped. Rodney was free. He struggled to the surface and shouted for help. Luckily, friends in a nearby boat had seen the blood and quickly pulled him out of the water. Rodney was seriously hurt. His rib, cage, lungs, and the upper part of his body, stomach, lay open from the huge gash where the shark had sunk its teeth in. The bite had crushed his ribs and punctured one of his lungs. Rodney was rushed to the hospital. 4 hours of surgery and 462 stitches saved his life. But he would wear the ugly scar of the shark's bite forever. The attack on Rodney was big news. The public, frightened of more attacks, demanded action to clear the local beaches of sharks. But Rodney thought differently. There are the pictures, guys. Rodney didn't want to go out and kill sharks. He wanted to go out and learn more about the mysterious creature that had nearly killed him. And he began a lifelong search to find out more about these silent hunters of the deep. Only a few months after the attack, Rodney was diving again, so he could study sharks up close. Rodney designed and built the first shark cage. Rodney Fox still dives with sharks and is now trying to save them from extinction. So that's a little side note there, guys. A shark cage is about the size of a small elevator car. It is made of very strong metal bars, which are placed close enough together to keep a shark from biting the divers inside, but still allow the divers a good view of the shark. Floats at the top keep the cage from sinking. Today, many people use shark cages. They allow divers and scientists to study and photograph sharks up close, but not quite as close as Rodney once came. And now we have a little excerpt here. Experience the adventure of a lifetime, a great white shark adventure. So this is just a little inside page for you guys. Look at it. I'll continue reading the story. Shark attacks, the facts. So I'm on page 16. If you're terrified of sharks, you're not alone. Shark attacks make frightening headlines, and movies like Jaws spread the fear that sharks are bloodthirsty killers. In fact, many people are scared just by the thought of sharks. But the truth is that shark attacks are actually very rare. A person is far more likely to be hit by a car or struck by lightning than be attacked by a shark. There are more than 350 different species or types of sharks, and of these, only about 30 have ever been known to attack humans. But there are 3 that are really dangerous: the great white shark, the bull shark, and the tiger shark. The tiger shark is large and powerful enough to attack most sea creatures. Bull sharks are one of the few sharks that can live in both fresh and seawater. The great white shark is the most feared and fearsome of all sharks. It has even been known to attack boats. Here are the different types of sharks, guys. Whether or not you are in danger of a shark attack depends on where you live in the world. Sharks are found almost everywhere, but they seem to prefer warm water. Most shark attacks happen in Australia, Brazil, California, Florida, Hawaii, and South Africa. They often occur near crowded beaches where people go to swim, sail, and surf. But even in a very bad year, shark attacks no more than 80 to 100 people in the whole world. And modern transportation and medical care mean that only 10 to 15 of these people die. Even then, sharks don't usually set out to attack people. Often they ignore people in the water. So what makes a shark attack a human? I'm on page 20. Some people believe sharks attack when they feel threatened. A diver may unknowingly swim into a shark's territory. In this case, a shark may only bite a human once. It will then release rather than eat the invader. Perhaps this is what happened to diver Henry Bourse. A single bite from a large shark resulted in him losing a leg. Divers are sometimes attacked while carrying fish they have caught. The blood and frantic movements of the dying fish attract sharks, who can smell blood from a great distance. Sometimes a shark attack could be a case of mistaken identity. From a shark's point of view, a surfer or bodyboarder looks like its favorite food, a seal. Once the shark has a taste of the board, it will spit it out and go away. Many surfers are still alive to tell the tale, with a munched surfboard to prove it. And right here, I'll show you a picture. This surfer's board was bitten by a 13-foot, that's 4-meter, tiger shark in Hawaii. Here are the pictures. An attack may happen because a shark is very hungry. Experts think that Raymond Short was attacked by a hungry shark while swimming in the water off a crowded Australian beach. Raymond was swimming near the shore when he was bitten by a shark. 6 lifeguards immediately dashed into the sea to save him. But as they started to carry Raymond towards the shore, the lifeguards realized the shark was still attached to Raymond's leg. Raymond had to be pulled right onto the beach before the shark let go of his leg. The shark had a long wound along its stomach. It had been badly injured. Scientists think the shark had been unable to catch its normal food and was so hungry it took unusual risk. Another strange attack took place in a very unexpected place, a creek. 12-year-old Lester Stilwell was swimming with his friends in Matawan Creek in New Jersey. Suddenly, he screamed and disappeared beneath the water. A man named Stanley Fisher rushed into the creek to drag Lester's lifeless body from the water. Suddenly, Stanley felt something bump his right leg. When he reached down, he realized part of his leg had been ripped away. They had been attacked by a shark. Tragically, both died from their wounds. Was this attack really so strange? Not if you know about sharks. Even though the shark was never found, it was most likely a bull shark, a species that live in both salt and fresh water. All right, guys, so I have some information here. Deadliest Sharks, and I am going to share it with you. But before that, let me show you the picture. All right, so here are the deadliest sharks. So we have the great white shark, and this is the largest of the predatory sharks. The great white has 300 saw-like teeth. Its jutting upper jaw helps to grab chunks of meat off its prey. It's responsible for most shark attacks on humans. Then we have the hemorrhage shark. The widely spaced eyes and nostrils of a hammerhead shark help it pinpoint its prey's exact location. If a hammerhead wants you, it will find you. Then we have the tiger shark. This shark has sharp teeth and powerful jaws that can chomp through a sea turtle's shell. It will eat anything from seals and dolphins to floating junk such as tin cans. Next, there is a bull shark. A bull shark uses its body weight to attack by bumping its prey first and then going in for the big bite. It can swim far up into rivers and even enter lakes. Here they are. Now we're at page 28 and we're looking at sharks and safety. People have tried many years to protect themselves from shark attacks as they explore the shark's watery world. One of the most popular methods of protecting swimmers is simply to build a fence or shark net in the water. These shark nets are used off many popular Australian and South African beaches, but the nets cost a lot of money to build and often need repair. Electrical beach barriers are also being tested since sharks won't swim through strong electric currents. How to avoid a shark attack? Never swim by yourself. Don't swim if you have a cut. Sharks can smell blood a mile and 6 kilometers away. Don't swim at dusk, as this is the time when sharks are likely to be feeding. Don't urinate in the ocean. Sharks are attracted to the smell. Get out of the water if a shark is seen in the ocean. So here are the pictures. People who are victims of shipwrecks or plane crashes at sea are often at risk of being attacked by a shark because they are so far from land. One invention to protect people floating in the sea is the shark screen bag. It is like a large plastic bag which is closed at the bottom and has floats at the top. When not in use, it is small enough to be folded up and tucked into a pocket. But when inflated, the bag hides the person's shape, movement, smells, and sounds from passing sharks, hopefully keeping the person safe until help arrives. Many people have tried to invent a chemical shark repellent. During World War II, many soldiers were killed by sharks when their ships sank. The army tried to make a repellent made of chemicals and dye. It was meant to repel sharks and hide the person from the shark, but it didn't work because it melted too quickly. One of the latest ideas is to try to copy the poison made by a fish called the Moses sole. If caught by a shark, the fish squirts out poison. Sharks hate the taste so much they spit the fish out. Divers who dive for sports or to study and film underwater life often come face to face with dangerous sharks. Some carry spear guns or bang sticks that fire a special explosive charge that can kill a shark. But for those who want to study sharks, killing them is not the answer. Valerie and Ron Taylor developed a new idea. These Australian filmmakers are well known for their underwater photography, but it is dangerous work. Valerie has the shark bites to prove it. On one dive trip, the Taylors noticed a crew member wearing some stainless steel mesh gloves to protect his hands while cleaning fish. This gave them an idea. Why not make a whole dive suit out of chain mail to protect divers from sharks, like the chain mail suits worn by knights? They made a suit out of 400,000 tiny stainless steel rings. But to test the suit, someone had to wear it in the water. Someone had to make the sharks bite. The Taylors carried out the test dive off the coast of California. Raw chunks of fish were dumped into the water to attract sharks. Valerie Taylor zipped up the chainmail suit over his regular dive suit and then dived into the water among the raw chunks of fish. Soon, several sharks darted in. Valerie waved a bleeding fish close to her body, baiting the shark to bite. Suddenly, a shark chomped down on Valerie's arm. She was startled but not hurt. The shark bit her again and again all over her body. It was frightening, but the shark's teeth couldn't get through the mesh. The suit had worked. But it wasn't all so easy. At one point, a shark pulled off one of Valerie's gloves and bit her thumb. Valerie managed to fight off the shark and get away to safety. The suit needed small improvements, but thanks to Valerie's bravery, the first practical shark suit had been invented. Why we need sharks? Sharks are important because they're at the top of the oceanic food chain. They keep ocean life healthy and balanced. Great white shark eats tuna. Tuna eats mackerel. Mackerel eats phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. As a top predator, sharks control the population of fish lower in the food chain. Sharks mostly prey on old, sick, and weak fish, so the fitter fish live on to pass their healthy qualities to their babies. Sharks hunt smaller fish that might otherwise eat too much phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons are ocean plants which produce oxygen that is needed for ocean life to flourish. The survival of ocean creatures and their habitats depend on the shark population of the region. Okay guys, now we are on page 38 and we're looking at sharks up close. Sharks have roamed the Earth's oceans for nearly 400 million years and are 200 million years older than the dinosaurs. But today's sharks are a lot like their early ancestors. The biggest of these ancient sharks was called the Charcharodon megalodon. This shark's huge jaws were over 6 feet wide. It weighed up to 10,000 pounds and grew to 54 feet. That's twice as long as today's great white shark. Those early sharks died out, but life in the sea has changed very little, and today's shark can tell us a lot about the animals that lived millions of years ago. The shark is perfectly evolved for surviving and hunting underwater. Its amazingly flexible body is due to a skeleton made of cartilage, the same material that forms our noses and ears. A shark has the same five senses as a human: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. But the shark's ability to catch prey in murky waters is due to two extra and very unusual senses. The lateral line is a series of invisible, pressure-sensitive organs on each side of a shark's body. These help the shark sense very small vibrations in the water. On the head of a shark are tiny pores called the ampullae or lorenzini. They allow a shark to sense the faint electrical charges given off by all living things. Sharks are solitary animals. They live, swim, and hunt alone. Scientists know very little about their life cycle. What is known, however, is that sharks are very slow to produce. Some sharks take 11 years before they are ready to mate. When sharks do give birth, they often have few babies, so they take extra care to protect their eggs. Many sharks lay their eggs in tough protective egg cases. Other sharks give birth to live babies called pups. These pups are already quite big when they are born, which helps them survive. Sharks eat most kinds of food, but all sharks eat meat. Many eat small fish and animals like jellyfish and lobster, although tin cans and plastic bags have also been found in a shark's stomach. Some large sharks hunt bigger animals such as seals, penguins, and even other sharks. A few, like the basking shark, simply swim along with their mouths wide open. They catch plankton, the tiny plant and animal life in the sea, as well as small animals such as shrimp. We're on page 44. Do you think you know about what a shark looks like? Maybe you should think again. When most people think of sharks, they imagine the great white, but sharks come in all sizes and some very unusual shapes. Just look at the angel shark, the horned shark, the hemorrhage shark, and the wobbegong. The biggest shark is a whale shark. It can grow up to 40 feet long and weigh as much as 13 tons, making it the largest fish in the world. One of the smallest sharks is the lantern shark. It only grows to 8 inches. It is known as the lantern shark because its eyes glow in the dark. Here are the sharks. Tagging sharks. Sharks are amazing creatures. Sadly, many species of sharks are also endangered, so scientists must take great care when studying them. Sharks swim too fast and too deep for people to follow them, so scientists tag the sharks to track their movements. Tagging can tell us about a shark's size, swimming speed, movement patterns in the ocean, body temperature, and depth in the water. As the number of shark conservation projects increases, tagging is helping scientists to discover new information about these fascinating creatures. How tagging works. Scientists attract a shark to their boat by using dead fish or fish oil as bait. As the shark takes the bait, scientists carefully pull the shark into the boat. Scientists keep the shark in a tub of water to weigh and measure it. Scientists then attach a tag to the shark's dorsal fin and release it back into the water. After a while, the tag automatically detaches from the shark's body and floats to the surface of the water. Scientists then collect the tag. Sharks under attack. So now we're on page 48, guys. Yes, this is a long story, and we're looking at sharks under attack. For centuries, people have feared sharks, but today, sharks have much more to fear from people. Overfishing is threatening many species with extinction. Sharks have been hunted for many years. Their flesh and teeth were used for weapons, food, and even jewelry. But the numbers caught pose no threat to the shark population. Today, modern fishing methods mean that sharks are killed in huge numbers, up to 100 million sharks each year. As a result, the shark population of some shark species may have dropped by as much as 80% in the last 10 years. Often the sharks are killed by accident because they get trapped in fishing nets. The fishermen keep the fish they want and throw the unwanted sharks back into the ocean, dead. Much shark killing is just for sport. People who hunt and kill a shark may seem brave, but they are never in any danger. The jaws make flashy trophies that sell to tourists for lots of money. Sharks are also under attack because in many parts of the world, people eat shark meat. In Asia, shark fin soup is an expensive treat. Some fishermen earn so much money from shark fins that when they catch a shark, they hack off its fin and throw the dying animal back into the water. In some countries, shark cartilage is made into health pills. Some people believe that the pills will cure almost anything, from heart disease to cancer. Nearly all of these claims are false. Shark skin is also tanned and made into very expensive leather, belts, and wallets. One of the most valuable shark products is its liver. The oil taken from a shark's liver is used in many products, including industrial oils and medicines. The oil was also used to make vitamin A pills until the 1950s, when a different source was found. If we don't control the mass killing of sharks, they may become extinct. But why would this matter? Scientists have discovered many amazing things about sharks, and we have a great deal to learn from this ancient creature. Sharks may even save our lives one day. For instance, researchers have found that squalene, a chemical found in the liver and stomach of the dogfish shark, slows down the growth of tumors in people. Shark cartilage is also now used to make artificial skin for burn patients. Sharks have highly developed immune systems too, which means they don't often get sick. Their cuts and wounds heal very fast. They rarely get cancer like some animals can. Even when scientists inject cancer cells into the shark's body in the laboratory, why? Scientists don't know yet, but studying sharks may help doctors cure people who are sick. This great white shark has been cut by struggling prey, but the wounds will heal soon. The more we learn about sharks, the more we will learn to admire and respect them. Of course, most people don't want to come face to face with a great white shark in the ocean, like Rodney Fox. But we can visit sharks in aquariums and watch fascinating films made by underwater filmmakers. We can even take trips to see sharks in the sea. Sharks are fascinating, intelligent, and graceful creatures. Only a few kinds of sharks are dangerous. Attacks on people are really very rare. The shark's reputation as a bloodthirsty killer is not accurate or fair. Sharks have had a home on our planet far longer than we have. It would be a shame if people made them disappear from our seas forever. Guys, there you've had it for shark attack. So there you've had it for shark attack. I hope you enjoyed that story. Now I am going to ask you some questions. Are you ready for your comprehension questions? Okay, here it goes. So the first question is, what is the name of the person that was attacked in the story? So what is the name of the person that was attacked in the story? And if you have the book in front of you, you can go to page 4 to find your answer. All right. Number 2, where was the character from? So the character that was attacked, where was he from? Our next question, guys, number 3. Name 3 types of sharks. Name 3 types of sharks. Your next question. Which shark is the biggest? Which shark is the biggest? And this one is going to be an easy one for you. I am taking it from page 11. How many stitches did Rodney get? So how many stitches did Rodney get, and how many hours was his surgery? Yep, you got it. You can answer it. Your next question. Who invented the shark's cage? And your next question. Which shark can live in both fresh water and salt water? Which shark is able to live in both fresh and salt water? Why are sharks important? Why are sharks important? In which state was 12-year-old Lester swimming when he was attacked by a shark in the lake? In which state was 12-year-old Lester swimming in the lake when he was attacked by a shark? Give me the names of 2 of the most deadliest sharks. Now, this comes under shark safety, okay? Please give me 2 ways that you can keep yourself safe from sharks. 2 ways that you can keep yourself safe from sharks. Who is responsible for inventing the chain mail suit? So who is responsible for inventing the chain mail suit? Name 3 types of foods that sharks eat. Name 3 types of food that sharks eat. Why would a scientist tag a shark? In your own words, you are going to write and tell why would a scientist tag a shark. Give 2 reasons why sharks are under attack. Give 2 reasons why sharks are under attack. Now your final question is, you are going to tell me what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. That's part A. Now for part B, you are going to tell me what is your favorite part of the story and why. Guys, I hope you enjoyed Shark Attack. This was your story hour. Okay, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Guys, look in that mirror daily. Be kind to yourself. Be positive. You are smart. You are beautiful. You're special. You're handsome. Be kind to you. But in so doing, be kind to others. And if you have nothing good to say about people, please say absolutely nothing at all. Have yourselves a great day. Bye.